All right, guys. Well, welcome to our second Coach Basics training call. And I am Coach Megs. I'm one of your leaders. Some of you haven't met me yet, but I'm one of the Star Diamonds on our team that helps run our Coach Basics training. So nice to meet those of you I have not met yet. And I will be guiding our training call this evening. And towards the end, I'll open the chat box up so that if you have any questions, you can put those in there. So you can kind of be thinking about that while I'm talking. And thanks for taking the time out this evening to join us and work on your business. It's really important, and we appreciate that you're making the commitment to do this. So tonight's topic is inviting and objections. So both things that we've kind of touched on a little bit in our training, and I'm just going to dig a little bit deeper with you guys. So, I know last week Rachel was on the call and she talked more about, building our presence on Facebook, how we attract attention by sharing our personal journey, reaching out and adding contacts. We've talked about forming people, ways to get to know people and build relationships. So this process has, been in play. We've been building that foundation or learning to. So the next natural step after that is to start inviting. So a lot of times we talk about inviting, and the first thing that can come to mind is kind of that icky salesy feeling. I don't want people to feel like I'm just trying to sell them something. I don't want it to be awkward. And so we just need to remember that that's not what we're about. We need to think of inviting as a way to share something life-changing, because that's what we have. We have something that can change people's lives. So we need to invite with a purpose, and that purpose is to change lives. So if you've been doing the other steps and working on them, you're already laying a foundation. So when it comes time to invite, it won't feel out of the blue or inappropriate. It just will be a natural part of progression. So remember, inviting, we talk about our 3 vital behaviors, and inviting is the number 1 vital behavior. So obviously, if Beachbody has put that in place as one of our vital behaviors, it's a key to our business. They've realized, it's something that we need to be doing. Top coaches are doing it. We all need to do it to be successful. You think about all the ways that we invite. We invite people to become our friends on Facebook. We invite people to join us in a healthy lifestyle. We invite people to challenge groups. We invite people to join coaching. We invite people to make changes in their finances and their fitness. And we invite people to be a part of our world. Inviting is a process. So it's really important that you are working from a list. And this is something that was part of our 7-day quick start. And if you've not done it already, I'm going to tell you, before you do anything else, you need to go back and make your list. If you're a person that uses your computer more, you can create a doc, Word doc, whatever. I tend to still like to have my little spiral notebook. So however you do it, take pen to paper, make that master list and put it in an area where you've got room to expand on it over time. So you can keep adding to it because your list is going to grow. But to get yourself started, you want to use the memory jogger, which is in our back office. And I believe it's in our training group somewhere too. Go through your Facebook friends list and write them down or type them out onto your list. Go through your Christmas card list. The memory jogger is great because it gives you lots of topics of people that you might not think of. And just make a list of everyone you know. And remember, you're constantly going to be adding to that list. And that list will come into play when it comes time for you to be inviting. So there's 3 main ways that I think about when I think about inviting. The first one is that when I have a new challenge group coming up, I will create an event page. This is a great way to reach out to a lot of people at once and do a mass invite. You're going to launch the announcement of an event. It might be your next paid challenge or your free challenge. And it's just think about like how people invite you to home parties, right? And now we see it all the time on Facebook with I can't get enough of these unique lash invites and jamberries, and they're sticking you in groups automatically. And we don't do that. That's a boundary we're not going to cross. If you use an event page and invite, it's done with proper etiquette, I like to think. You're sending an invitation online. Okay. You're not going to add them to your group until they've accepted your invite and you've talked to them. Event pages are great because you can keep people posted during your promotion period, and you can share videos and transformation tips and clips. And because you're in the realm of the event, it's not spammy because your event topic is there. You've made it clear what you're doing. So you can share a little bit more openly to kind of pique people's interest and pull them in. So that's a great way to do a big reach out. And then secondly, when you're promoting your events, you want to do call to actions on your Facebook pages, your personal page. And if any of you have crossed over to a like page yet, you'll get to that point eventually. Those are platforms where you're going to do what we call call to actions. Okay, you'll do a post inviting to your next group, your free group or your coaching group. You want to have kind of like a short blurb, advertisement. You might share a graphic sometimes, and our team is notorious for really working together to make creative graphics for promoting upcoming challenges. A catchy picture. So you may have something, we're at the time of year. Well, guess what? Summer bodies are made in the winter. Why not make this summer one that you'll be ready to hit the beach and the pool comfortable in your own skin? And you may say something like, my next online challenge group is starting soon and I've got a few spots available. We'll have a private group for support and accountability. It will include a complete fitness and nutrition plan for ultimate success and me holding your hand all the way through. Comment below and say, I'm interested, and I'll contact you with the details. Something along those lines. And, your upline coaches will have been working with you. I know the first thing we talk to you about promoting is your free 7-day, and we have that great guide in the Coach Basics group under files, and we've given you ideas on how to do those call to actions right in there. But these are just general invites, again, that will get eyes on you and what you're doing. You don't want to bombard with these types of posts. You don't want to be putting them out there daily. This is about twice a week leading up to your deadline. We're kind of through the week, you're sharing your journey. You're sharing your journey and what you're doing and who you are just personally. And then you're going to kind of jab, I guess it's called hook, right? We're jabbing and then hooking in there with that. Some of you heard that terminology with that call to action. Okay. Now, remember though, so those are two ways to do bigger outreaches to people, but ultimately the most important type of inviting is our direct invite. Okay. So for the direct invite, you're going to work from that list, and you're going to private message people. Or if you're a texter or a phone caller, emailer, you can use those platforms too. But you've got to make a habit of reaching out personally to people. And you don't want it to come out of the blue either. So again, if you've laid that foundation and you've been building relationships with people and staying in touch with people, it's not going to come out of the blue. But even still, I like to, before I do a direct invite, hop over to their Facebook page and see what's going on if you're not sure. Make sure everybody's safe and healthy first, that they haven't announced that someone's in the hospital or sick, or, because we don't want to be rude and just say, hey, you want to join my challenge? And they're like, oh, my mom's in the hospital. So it's good to just kind of touch base, see what's going on. And then if you do see something going on in their life, stop the invite and just send them a message and let them know, hey, I'm concerned about you, or I just want you to know I'm praying for you and your family, or, make a point to care for people. But if everything's in good order, then you can go ahead and send that direct message. So you're going to have different situations. Someone that you may have already discussed their goals with, or are in the process of forming, you've kind of been messaging back and forth. You might message them and say, hey, I was thinking about that conversation we had and how you shared that you were wanting to make some changes and lose a few pounds. And I'm actually going to be starting my next 21-day health and fitness support group. I've got a few spots left, and I wanted to personally invite you to join me. And this group is perfect for people who are wanting to lose some weight, get toned, get healthy, and get themselves ready for the summer. So I'm really excited about the results that the people in my current group are getting, and I'm excited to help more people. So I know this would be a great way to help you reach your goals. Can I share more details with you? And then you always want to end it with something personal. So, by the way, how did your son's soccer tournament go this weekend? Include something personal with a question at the end. And again, that's something that you can get from going to their page first to see something that they've had going on that you can inquire about and just make it a little more personal. Now, somebody, maybe you haven't got to that point of discussing goals. You don't know if they even are wanting to make a change yet, you may come in first with a message and say, I saw your pictures from the Marine Corps ball last night. You looked gorgeous. I loved your dress. I hope you had a wonderful time. And hey, I'm not sure if you've seen any of the posts I've shared lately on Facebook, but I'm actually going to be starting a new 21-day health and fitness support group, and I have a few spots left, and I wanted to personally invite you to join me. The group is perfect for people who are wanting to lose some weight, get toned, get ready for summer. I'm really excited. Again, I'm excited about the results people in my current group are getting, and I'm excited to help more people. Let me know if you or anyone you know would be interested, and I'll be happy to send details. I hope to hear back from you soon. Or you could say, would you or anyone you know be interested in details? Okay, so again, these are just based on the fact that you have some kind of relationship with these people already. You've been taking time to interact, and you're not coming out of the blue. So remember what I've said a couple times now. If you've been laying the groundwork with people and building relationships, then this is not going to be icky. This is something that you've got going on, and you're like, hey, I thought of you. Would you be interested? So remember, when you're inviting, you also want to have a goal. You want a goal of how many people, how many invites you're going to do daily. And you could break that up. I know some of you work full time. Some of you may homeschool. We have different things in our lives. So you can look at a bigger cross section and say, okay, I want to do 25 invites a week. I'm going to work, Monday through Friday. So that's 5 invites a day. But maybe there's a day where you have more time and you're going to sit down and knock out 10 or 15 invites. I'm more notorious for doing things like that. I'll do a big chunk of invites all at once. And that's great too. So but set a goal and, stick to it. That's how we make progress here, is that we need to have goals that we're making. And remember that you're planting seeds and you have to build momentum. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to get no's, but that's just the nature of the beast. And that's why this was today's training post. You have to go for no. Go for no is an excellent personal development book. Personal development is another one of our vital behaviors. And starting this training, I know that we, had told you all you should be reading The Compound Effect if you've not read that already. But when you're ready for another personal development book, I highly, highly recommend Go for No. It's an easy read. It's a short read. It's written kind of like a story, but it just really makes sense. And it's the basic premise is that the more you invite, you're going to go through those no's to get to the yeses. And also, people who say no now, they usually don't mean no. It just means not right now. It's not good timing for them. So don't take it personally either. And even if they really do mean no, don't take it personally, because it's not going to be for everyone. But they will remember that you reached out to them, so that when they keep watching your journey and keep seeing what you're doing, when they are ready, they're going to come back to you. Or when they know somebody that's ready, they're going to go, hey, I know that she was doing that health and fitness thing. Let me go. And she's still doing it. I see every day the Shakeology and her sweaty pictures and, all the time. But people are going to hit that point and they'll remember you. Okay. But if you don't invite them, they don't have the opportunity to say no. And you have to remember that, and they'll go somewhere else. And I've had that lesson happen to me where I cross paths, and next thing I know, somebody is either, with a different Beachbody coach or a completely different product or program. And I missed the boat. I missed the opportunity because I didn't share with them. And, so I think that's just a good perspective for us to think about. We've got something great. We recommend restaurants all the time and clothing stores and great deals that we found. So why wouldn't we recommend something that is truly life-changing for our health and our bodies and our futures? We've got something of value to offer. So now we've done our invites. And what starts to happen next is people begin to respond. And you'll be developing that conversation back and forth. So make sure when you're messaging that you want to be using complete sentences, and be yourself. Like, I'm a total smiley face, exclamation point person. That's just me. I do it in my posts. Sometimes I overthink it. And I'm like, but that's just me. I got the smileys and the winky faces. And so be you. Don't feel like you have to be a different person. You've got to be yourself. We've got scripts for the inviting process for you to use, but remember they're just that. They're scripts. You don't want to copy and paste. You've got to put your flair into it. They're to give you some basic ideas on how to respond in different situations, but put you into it. And if you find that you're struggling with that, talk to your upline coach, your personally sponsored upline coach, or your upline diamond, and we can help you to hone your skills. And it will take time too. You're not going to be perfect. And I still flub it up. You hear us talking about vomiting beach body on people. We all get excited about this great thing that we have to offer. And, we all have moments where we're like, I want to take that back. But it's part of the learning process. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the more confident you become too. So we're going back and forth. We're having the conversation. And this is the point where those dreaded objections will start to come up. And that's our second topic tonight. How do we deal with and overcome objections? Well, first, objections are totally normal, you guys. And if you're not getting them, it just means you're not inviting enough. And the more you deal with them, again, the more confident you're going to get at handling them. And think about maybe your own personal situation when your coach first invited you to do a challenge or to become a coach. Did you have objections? I bet that most of us did. I know I did, and I was a money girl. I was like, Shakeology is too expensive. But I tried a shorter challenge first. So it allowed me to get Shakeology in my body. And then I was like, oh, that stuff's really good and it's high quality. I want it. But I was also a Starbucks latte a day girl, and breaking down that money correlation made sense to me. That was something that resonated with me. So think about your own situation, put yourself in other people's shoes, and remember that an objection, again, is not a final no. It's not the end of the world, and there's no reason to get nervous. We often see that objection. It's like, what do I do? What do I say? But remember, again, put yourself in their shoes. And most of the time, objections come because people feel like they don't have enough information. They feel uncertain, or there may even be a lack of trust. So slow down and take the time to address what people are questioning. Really listen to them. Go back through the thread of your message and read, where did this come from? What was their why? Why do they want to change? What did you identify in them that made them show an interest to begin with? And try and connect with that. We really want to connect with people, okay? So have some empathy. That's putting ourselves in other people's shoes. Objections are often excuses because people are scared to step out of their comfort zone too. They're measuring their excuse against your belief. So we need to spend more time listening to their needs and concerns and showing them that we really care. We want to dig deeper and ask more questions. So you can, go back and ask them. I've even said to people, I sense that you're hesitating. What's making you hesitate? If they're like, oh, I don't know if this is for me after all. Yeah, I had a girl do it today with it was my free clean eating challenge. And she marked yes, and I messaged her and I was like, oh, I'm so excited you're going to join me. And she was like, I shouldn't have done that. I'm not going to be able to handle this. I'm going to fail. Just take me off the list. And I said, girl, I've got your back. I said, I'm going to give you everything you need. And I said, and even if you spend the week and just make some positive changes that are better than you've been doing, you've succeeded and you've not failed. And she was like, all right, I can do this. So just put yourself in their shoes. Now, a lot of objections can be prevented. Again, if you've taken time to build a relationship first and build that rapport, you're laying a foundation of trust, okay? So before you can make the recommendation of what program they need to be doing, which group they need to be in, you've got to have built that relationship and that rapport. So make sure that you're really spending that time digging deeper with them. People buy on emotion and they justify with facts. So think about these questions to remind us to dig deeper. You want to ask, what do you want to accomplish? And why do you want to accomplish it? How would it make you feel to accomplish it? And tell me more about that. So those are some questions, that you can use when you're talking to people. And if you've hit all these topics up in the process of building a relationship, you've made that connection. So again, like I said, I'll go back through and reread our conversation. And here it comes. I mentioned it earlier. Don't product vomit. Don't come at them with, oh my gosh, yes, you want to lose weight. You need the 21-day fix and you need Shakeology. Slow it down to their level. Take that time. And some of these conversations can go back and forth. They could it lasts weeks sometimes, sometimes it's days. Sometimes you've got people that are like cut to the chase and, they want the facts and you do need to move on with them, but really just trying to stay in tune and engage with them. You want to make an emotional connection. Make sure that you share your why. Why do you do Beachbody workouts? Why do you drink Shakeology? It's made me a better mom. It's made me a better wife. I have energy to keep up with my kids and my family. People want to see that you're real and they want to know, why are you doing this? Because again, that's less salesy when it just feels like you're just trying to sell them something, but you've connected with them with the fact that you believe in these products, you use them yourself, and you're sharing with them kind of your history, where you came from. I tell people a lot, I don't know if you know, but I used to be 60 pounds heavier. And, I completely understand. I've been there. I've been through the struggle and I know how hard it is. And it's still a struggle for me every day, but this has given me something that helps me stay accountable and gives me confidence and makes me feel better. And Shakeology, gives me a treat that helps curb my cravings and, I feel amazing. So, you don't want it to be all about you, but you do need to throw a little bit of your story in so they can relate too. Remember to validate their feelings. You want to validate to overcome. You don't want to defend and attack. We feel defensive sometimes when people say no or they say it's too much because we believe in so much in what we have. But instead of coming back at them like that, we need to, again, put ourselves in their shoes and say, I felt the same way as you felt. Find a connection with what they're struggling with. I'm so glad I did it. It's completely changed my life. Just like I mentioned with the money, that's when people bring that up, I will say, I felt the same way when I first heard, the cost. And then when I figured out, I tried it and I saw how great I felt. And then I figured out I was spending that much a day on a latte. I was able to figure out that I could make it work in my budget. And then it's changed my life. And you can ask them, are you serious about wanting to do this and lose the weight? Or you may say, it sounds to me like you are very serious based on the things they've told you. And if you're really in a position to be bold, you can say, maybe you're serious, but you honestly can't afford it and you're scared to tell me, because sometimes people want an out. They just want an out, and we need to disarm them and remember that that's okay too. It's okay if it's not going to work for you. I want what's best for you. We want to help people. So if you really have gone through with them and they just can't afford it, go other avenues. Get them started with a program. Get them into your free group. Offer that support so that they know that that's what we're about. We truly care about people and helping them and not about the dollar. Yes, this is a business and we want, we're here to make a change in our life financially, but that comes from caring for people and helping them. So again, disarm them, ask questions, to avoid conflict. Slow it down if you have to, back up a little bit and ask more questions. If they seem hesitant, ask them why you seem hesitant. What's holding you back? Now, when it's time to share and make a recommendation that they're like, yes, okay, I want to hear more. I want to know about these programs. Have confidence. This is where we need to be confident in the products. Don't feel like you're making excuses for the prices. Don't feel like you're making excuses for the programs. This is where we go in with that confidence. This works. Having a challenge pack works. It gives you everything you need. It gives you the fitness. It gives you the nutrition. It gives you the support to be in my group. No apologies. It works. And when they come at you with crazy questions like, well, isn't this, I heard this or that. I don't know about that. All I know is, and then share a story. Share your story, share your coach's story, someone in your challenge group story. All I know is that I feel better than I have since I was in my 20s. I'm my healthiest. I have energy to make it through my day and give my family the best of me. So we need to have confidence in the value of what you have to offer. Okay. And one of the biggest ways for you to overcome objections is for you to continue being a product of the product. Hey, that's that other vital behavior. I think we've touched on all of them in here. Sharing your journey as well as the testimonies of your clients, successes of the products, people who have had objections and have said no, or who don't make a commitment right now, they're going to keep watching. They're going to keep watching what you're doing. They're going to keep watching to say, is she really sticking with this? Is he really doing this? Okay. And they're going to say, maybe I can do this. So it's important that we are a product of the product. And gosh, you guys, we get to take care of ourselves as part of our business, which is phenomenal. But we're just opening that door to show that to other people. Okay. And when it comes to price, remember, they don't know the value. If they're asking right off the bat, how much is this going to cost? That depends on what you need and how you choose to enroll. So let me ask you a few questions and we'll go from there. So if they hit you hard with that price, there is a price range, but it really depends on what you need. Okay. And then you can continue to converse with them. Now, some people are like, give me, if they're just like a give me, I need to know, tell them, it can range from 60 up to, 205, depending on what we do. And then again, move forward, say, but let's talk a little more because I want to give you the best program for you. Okay. And again, just if they're really, really objective, give them a way out. Don't take it personally. Remember, it is a numbers game. There are a lot of things that are out of your control. And we have to not get emotionally attached, which is hard because we're helping people. We really can get emotionally attached. But we need to kind of detach and not let it hurt our feelings. It doesn't mean you're a bad coach. It doesn't mean you're not, great. It's just the nature of people and you need to be understanding. Go ahead and if anybody has any questions, you can pull up the chat box and type your questions in and I'll go over a couple more topics and then we're kind of winding down on time here. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat box and I'll keep an eye on that. Remember, again, like I said, it's not about the sales. It's about being the best you so that you can help others to be their best. It takes time. It takes consistency. And I just promise you're going to hear this again and again. Be here a year from now. I'm seeing it all the time. I promise you it will multiply, but it requires you to show up every day, to be a product of the product, to invite people, to use your personal development, to really put yourself out there in your Facebook and your connections, in meeting people and sharing what they're doing. So have confidence in yourself and have confidence in our products. And if you're just so new and you're like, I don't really even have a story yet, I don't have much to share yet, that's okay. Draw those results from other coaches. We're a team. We're a team for a reason. We support each other. We're all in this together. Again, I think you've seen the culture of our team that, we really want to help each other succeed. So, if you're in a challenge group with other coaches and people are sharing results, go ahead and ask, can I share some of these results too? We need to be respectful how we do that always. Of sharing names and pictures, you always need permission, but you'll find, especially a lot of us coaches, we have our success stories and our before and afters that you can borrow and share too on Transformation Tuesday. And, so it's people that you can say, Megan's a coach on my team and look at her success, and you will build, and that's why these free groups are great. What we're asking you to do first is a free group because you can get some immediate success for people that will get them excited to continue with you. And it will also give you immediate success and results to be able to share. I'm so excited. I just wrapped up my first free clean eating challenge, and the results are in, and as a total everyone's lost 40 pounds, or that's where you can say, Susie Q, not full names or disclosure, lost 7 pounds. This one lost as many inches. Sally hasn't had a soda in 7 days. It's not just about the weight in inches. So those 7-day challenges are important to get those results too. And just remember, if you're feeling like you don't have confidence, you need to take a deep look inside. Are you drinking your Shakeology every day? Are you working out every day? And, are you being a product of the product? And are you reading your personal development? Because if those things are lacking, you're going to see that your confidence is lacking, and you're going to see that your success in the business is lacking. So it's just really important, to take what you have and use it. And I'm not seeing any questions. One last call for questions, you guys. Thank you for your nice comment, Morella. And I'm just so glad that all of you guys are here, and I think I got this recorded, so I know a few of you popped in a little bit late, and I will get this recording transcribed and put up in the group, and appreciate all of you guys, and we will see you. Just remember to hit those coach training assignments daily. It's Monday through Friday. If you hit the weekend, you can go back and catch up. Every assignment should have some kind of comment under it, even if it's to say, good information. Usually we have something we want you to comment back on, so just don't leave us hanging. Let us know that you're working on it, and we're here to help you and support you. And I thank you guys for your time. I'm going to hit stop recording.